wouldn't scare him none. He was looking for a Hawken gun, 50 caliber or better. He settled for a 30, but damn, it was a genuine Hawken. Bought him a good horse, traps, and another truck that went with being a mountain man, and just said goodbye to whatever life was down there below.
Just where is it I could find bear, beaver, and other critters worth cash money when skinned?
Ride due west as the sun sets. Turn left at the Rocky Mountains.
This is his story.
Jeremiah Johnson is Robert Redford. It is also the title of a motion picture about mountain men being made under the direction of Sidney Pollack. Redford and Pollack chose Utah for the location of the film. There are sections out here where nobody's ever been, except for some mountain men.
I think Redford might well have been a mountain man if he lived at that particular time. He is a man who places a great deal of value on solitude, and he's terribly concerned with the ecology. He loves nature. He's an avid skier and horseback rider, and he spends hours off alone just wandering into back areas of unexplored places. So I would think of him as having been a man who would have sought out nature in its most virgin, pristine sense had he lived at that time.
The temperature falls to 25 below around here. It did then in 1845, as it does now, while Redford learns to survive with his bare hands.
When they were trapping up in the mountains, particularly where they were in areas where they were trapping for bear, for fur, they were in freezing ice, snow, cold weather where it might take them a half an hour, 40 minutes to get a fire lit. They didn't have a match to build a fire in the middle of the snow. You know, it got very serious for them to not be able to warm themselves. I've been trying to shoot this sequence where this 600-pound grizzly bear runs into a cabin. I've been trying to do it for 2 weeks now, and I still haven't got it. So I'll go out to try again for a couple of hours. If I don't get it, I'll come back. Again, I just have to get it.
Will Gear is Bear Claw, who looks upon Johnson as a pilgrim in the wilderness and shares his knowledge in the ways of mountain men.
Sorts of stories, famous stories of a lot of these guys and the hardships that they went through, and many of them are unbelievable. Guys that crawled on their hands and knees miles and miles and miles with their backs torn open from grizzly bear claws.
My power rifle to whatever finds it. Lord hope it be a white man. It is a good rifle and killed the bear that killed me. Anyway, I am dead. Yours truly, Hatchet Jack.
50 caliber Hawken.
Like the Indian before him, Johnson depends completely on the land, and like the other mountain men, learns everything from the Indians. How to keep warm in the winter, how to track animals. Indians were an integral part of their lives. Some were friendly, some were not. To film an episode with Indians, the director moves the whole company down from the icy cold of the mountains to the more clement atmosphere in the basins below, and reconstructs a Flathead Indian village as authentically as possible.
This stuff keeps opening up.
Pollack hires scores of Indians from northern Utah and dresses them in ceremonial garb for a wedding scene, a way of life practiced out of necessity by the lonesome mountain men. In the story, Johnson has rescued another mountain man from Blackfeet, and both are brought to this village by Flathead braves. The flamboyant mountain man Johnson saves is called Delgue. He is half French and half something else. Played by Stefan Garash, he will be called on to use his native tongue to speak to the chief of the tribe, who learned his French from a missionary.
Delgue, I do not think this is funny.
It ain't. When you get out of here, you can take her to Fort Holy and sell her. But you best take her, friend. Besides, maybe she ain't near bad.
The sister of the chief and the girl given as a gift in marriage to Johnson is actress Del Bolton.
Bien, ma fille. Est-ce que tu as compris? Ça va? Elle est connue sous le nom de la cygne. Et dans le mariage, vous allez changer le nom.
He says she's called the Swan, but she'll answer anything you want.
L'autre is Tontier. Pray for it. But maybe you need her.
You turn down this gift, they'll slit you, me, kill the horses from crotch to eyeball with a dull deer antler.
You're going for buffalo, Sue?
Just as he makes his whole life out of the wilderness, so too Johnson makes a family out of a mute boy refugee from a massacre and his bride, who speaks a language he cannot understand.
Swan, I cannot stand this weight.
Yo, it seems that looking at.
Koye, lupin chinyoyot.
Cuello.
Chinyoyot.
I'm shooting a sequence now where I want to create both the terror and the maximum sense of the expenditure of physical energy that I would imagine would happen if two people are really trying to kill one another. And I have spent most of my time trying to devise a way of allowing a camera to keep up with Redford as he runs and charges the Indian. So I dolly past as many vertical foreground pieces as possible. I'm trying to get the effect in a fight of Redford coming into the camera as though the camera is the Indian. I held the camera and had Redford tackle me.
The adventures of the struggling mountain man came in many forms. Indians, snow, heat, killing. He faced life in a violent, hard manner. Making pictures of the effort is no picnic for cast or crew. It is real rough at the top of the snow line.
What's on the spit?
Grown particular?
Not about feet. Just the company I keep. Thank you kindly. Come far, Pilgrim.
Feels like far.
Where's the trouble?
What trouble?
Robert Redford and Sidney Pollack are making a motion picture of a man who made a life, completely unaided, wholly responsible for himself. They are trying to give the audience a deep sense of elation and satisfaction in watching someone do that well. In the Saga of Jeremiah Johnson.